What's up everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I have another unboxing video for you guys on the Super Dragon Ball Heroes Super Saiyan 4 Xeno Vegito figure by Masterlise Bandai. So yeah, let's just jump into it. Let's take a look at the box first. I like that side art. Looks really nice. And here's the back. You can see the card that this figure was based off of, the Dragon Ball Heroes card. There's some advertisement down there for the arcade machine. Alright, let's get them open. Alright, so I took the box to the side to open because it was way too big to fit in the camera screen, but here I have it all open and well put together. And the figure itself came whole. The tail was separate, so we just put the tail on and you pretty much have it assembled. It came with this little foot stand to add more stability, but yeah, this is pretty much it. It's another one of those Ichiban Kuji figures. This is prize A, and it's a pretty cool set. All the figures here are based off of Dragon Ball Heroes cards. Like they actually took, they based the figures out of the artwork, and it's a pretty cool set. Although if I were to only be able to buy one figure from this set, it'll probably be this guy, because I think this is the only character that hasn't already have a figure made. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but yeah, it's looking pretty cool. Let's give you guys a closer look at this figure. You see the face there. There's actually lots of shading done on the face for this figure. I'm quite impressed by that. You can kind of see there's some shading on the forehead and on both sides of the face. The earrings too are done quite well. You can see the hair sculpt. I do wish the hair was sculpted a little bit more pointy. You can see here, it's kind of rounded off in the tips. A little bit too much, in my opinion. I would like it to be a little bit more spiky. But the shading on it is done really well. You can see it starts off being a darker brown here, almost a black color. And then towards the tips, it's like a lighter brown. Like in the front, you can see it quite well here. It's dark here, and it fades out to a lighter brown. See the back side. The face is kind of weird though if you're looking at it straight ahead. You kind of have to display it to be facing kind of at an angle like this, because it's meant to stare this way, not look directly at the front. So like if you put it at the front, it's like you don't know where you're staring at. It's kind of funny. Again, lots of shading done here on the skin part. And the texture of the fur here is pretty good too. Although there's very little to no shading done on the red parts, the fur parts of his body. I think it's just one red color. Yeah. Minor to no shading on the fur. sculpt on the gloves here are pretty nice. There's some shading done on the blue part of the robe here too. And you see they use some darker blues in there. And the cloak that drapes over. It's pretty cool too. The tail, same thing with the fur part of his body. I don't think there's any shading done on it. It's just one solid red color. The pants. Really good shading job done on the pants here. And you can see it through the folds and the crease. They use some darker reds in there. Almost giving it a little bit of a manga dimension feeling to it. Yeah, really good work here on the pants. Now as far as sizing goes, this guy's definitely a lot bigger than most figures. As you can see here, I have out the Blood of Saiyan Special, Super Saiyan 4, Goku, and Vegeta. And yeah, Vegito is much bigger than these guys, scale-wise. And these guys are supposed to be like the standard sizing, or more of the standard sizing for figures. So yeah, he's definitely an above average size. Although these three actually looks really cool display like this. Now here he is next to some of the Grandista figures. I have the base form Goku and Vegeta out. And as you can see, he's not as big as the Grandista sizing. If he were to scale with these guys, he would be about the same height, but he comes up just a bit short. So that's a bit of a bummer, because that would mean he's bigger than most of these scale figures, but smaller than Grandistas. So you can't really, you know, display him with anything really except its own category. It's in its own category really. So yeah, that's just one downside to this figure, I guess, but you know, it is what it is, I guess. Alright guys, that's gonna do it for this video. If you like this figure, I'll leave links in the description to places where you can get him. Thanks for watching, hope you guys enjoyed it, and yeah, peace out.